What up, Coop Group? Welcome to Alliance War Season 26, War number 5, where SAS goes against ISO8A. And ISO8A has been a pretty good Masters Alliance for the last few seasons, and they're pretty high up there in AQ also. We're trying to catch up to them in AQ for map 7. But anyways, during this war, I was in competition mode in Vegas. I had a regional competition. I did well. If you want videos, let me know about it. I did decently well, but this war just had to be happening while I was competing. Just why? Why did I do that? Luckily, I had breaks, but I did try to move early in the first path because I was sharing a path, although I asked, if possible, to not make sure I don't share a path and don't give me any nodes that would need to help advance others, but it's fine. I was the best for this node. I'm bringing in Red Hawk, White Magneto, and Quake. I was just giving Quake and Red Hawk. I was asked to have a third position for anyone, and White Magneto always is good. I'll be in path 9, and then path 2 to Quake path 2, so hopefully by the time I'm in path 2, for my competitions will be done for the day, and I will have time to finish it. And I'll also be on the Rage Mini, which means I'm holding up everyone else behind that Rage Mini, so I had to get it done. They're running to Protect Global, show the map off, yada yada yada. So my first fight is against a Vision Aarkus on Hazard Shift. And as you'll see, I do this fight really quick. What I mean by that is I don't wait 8 hours to do this fight. I am holding up someone else in path 9 for the second node for that Havoc. Because they didn't give me that Havoc. They just gave me that Vision Aarkus. And yeah, I had to get that node done quick to make sure that, one, by the time I had to compete again, I wasn't holding them up. So the person Mcoc, who I'm sharing path 9 with, he had to get Doom on node 22 down. So I had to get this node done quick so he can also get to that node 22 without waiting another 8 hours. So I'm boosting up. As you see, for Red Hawk versus Aarkus, my goal is just to bait special 1, don't get cold snapped. And because my head is not fully in it for this war, I'll admit it was not fully in it. I was nervous as heck for my competitions because it's just nerves, you know? So I did put on an invuln boost, which I'm about to put on right here. I was told I don't need it because I can survive special 3s, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. If I get hit, whatever, I'd rather not ruin my mood, because you know when you die in Alliance War, you're just sad, and I'd rather not be sad for my competition for late in the day. So I just, you know what, I'm playing it safe, and I'm going to try and bait special 1s if I can. Don't get cold snapped, kind of back off before I get armor broken. I do get cold snapped, I think, after I get special 3 to the face. Oh no, I told you what happens. Anyways, he throws special 1, but I'm still getting backed up, so I need to make sure I back him up without getting armor broken. He has a special 1 again. I'm going to be stuck in the corner in a second. Right there's a corner. Oh no. I could have thrown my special 1, but he holds a block, so I hit into his block. Back up a little bit. He throws special 1 again. I'm in my corner again. Don't want to be there. I could have thrown a special 2 here. Not sure why I didn't. It would have been nice, but here's the first armor break of this fight. Throw a special 2 to heal up a little bit because I know I'm going to have to. It's pretty easy to get. Oh, right there. I got so lucky. I dashed back and I parried his special 2. I for sure thought I was a goner then when I dashed back in his special 2. Because usually if you try and evade a special 2, you're a goner. I got so lucky there that I didn't waste my invuln boost there. That would have not been good at all. So I'm going to push into special 3. It's whatever. And I'm about to throw a special 1 here, hoping to finish off the fight. He's at 1%. I'm like, whatever. Luckily I have an invuln boost. That's dumb. I'm at 82%. He's at 1%. This is the only Red Hawk fight that I had this whole war. So however I finish, it's fine as long as I don't die. He swings me into the wall, does no damage because I'm Red Hawk. I'm beefy as heck, although I have invuln boost. And right here, the cold snap damage is just adding up a lot. And he's just not running into me. So I'm trying to intercept with the special 1. Didn't work, but whatever. Finished at like 56%, so I lost a good 30% just sitting there doing nothing. So yeah, section 1 done. I give energy to my buddy Mcoc so that he can just come in and destroy that Havoc. And he did. Great job to him. Now the second fight, which I believe is like 8 hours later, which I believe was all my competitions were done for the day. I did have competitions the next day, but I was finally relaxing and breathing. And my alliance mates were just so nice to me to just be patient with me because they know that I had to get that Storm Pyramid X and I was holding up a few others. But this is around the normal time I'm usually moving anyways, so cool. So I'm boosting up. I'm going to put on the White Magneto pre-fight because I want to get this fight over as quick as I can. And Quake is a hero, so the white magneto pre-fight does give her an extra 15% damage. It's always nice to have extra damage, especially with Quakes, because the quicker you can get your fights done with Quake, the less time there is to have a mistake. Man, I wish that rhymed. Quake mistake, it kind of does. Man, I should make a slogan. Not going to. Going into this fight, hoping to try and finish this fight at 100%. Hoping to, but it's pretty easy to slip up with Quake. There's a millisecond of accidentally dexting or accidentally throwing a heavy when you're not supposed to will screw it up. But now that I see I'm doing around 15-16% damage per aftershock cycle, I'm like, you know what? I got this. Just 6 or 7 of those cycles, I'm fine. Doing extra dexterity there, whatever. It's fine. Luckily, he's being aggressive and being non-aggressive when I don't want him to. Try not to throw any heavies if I don't need to. Don't throw a heavy coop. You're fine. Perfect. He's at 55% after 2 or 3 cycles. That's really good. He's going down quick. Now, I do have a 30% boost going, so it's helping for sure. And those Cav event quest deals for the boost are definitely worth it if you have the units. So invest, especially if you're trying to be in Tier 1 wars, do it. But anyways, again, I will plan on speeding up my Quake fights in the future. I know that just watching the same thing over and over is just not fun, but I have to go through this fight for how long it is. So why can't you go through it while watching? Anyways, he's almost down. You'll see that he gets to like 2% after this cycle. I thought for sure that would finish him off. It did not. It's at 2%. I'm like, all right, well, let me dex here. He's going to scoot back. And I like doing the heavy dex and then light attack right away. I wouldn't suggest doing that unless you practice it a lot. It's a fun thing to do with Quake to finish off fights. But if the fight's not going to be finished off, it's a bad idea. It was probably better to be safe and sorry and just keep doing heavy dex. But anyways, time for Sentinel on the same node. The nodes here don't even matter for Quake because it's just strike counter on path 2. And this one's also Power Sting when I get a bar of power. But when will I get a bar of power with Quake? There's no reason to at all. And it's against a Sentinel. I'm putting on the pre-fight again to do extra damage and get this fight over quicker. Because why not? He is a large defender, but I'm not going to be attacking him ever. So I shouldn't even worry about protection. And just I'm not worrying about the strike counter. As you see those numbers up there. The 542, not a big deal. And I'm like, all right, well, I did 20% in the full after. Oh, crud. I was not happy. I'm like, I did 20% in the full aftershock cycle. And he's running the weakness mastery, which is nice. Gave me some extra little health there after he hit me. But I'm like, crap. All right, well, I have one more Quake fight after this. That means I have to potion up. I was so close to have no potions this whole war. I'm done crying. Anyways, so it's going pretty decent. I'm at 65%. I took a few hits to the face, which I'm not very proud about. 5 hits exactly, as it says in the combo meter there, which is nice that it's up there to remind me how many hits I took to my face. But Quake's still alive. I don't think any of them are crits. 13%. One more aftershock cycle, and this fight's over. This was my one messy fight of the war. I usually have one messy fight where I just implode. This was it. I hope. No more. Now, next one is against the Rage Mini. And I noticed that for Rage, you can only do 2.5% damage per hit, especially per aftershock cycle. So there's no reason at all to put on a pre-fight here. So I have one extra pre-fight to place if anyone needs. Though someone already put on a pre-fight for me because they're trying to be nice. I'm like, all right, well, that's nice of you, but it's going to do nothing anyways because of the fact that Rage limits my damage per aftershock cycle. I'm going to put on 4 of the smaller level 3 alliance potions, which is 2 level 4 potions, which I'm counting for overall season. I'm counting the level 4 potions, how many of them, so I can kind of calculate 6,000 times this is how much health I lost in the whole season, which is going to be pretty cool. Anyways, Quake for Storm X, take it slow and dexed. Because this is the Rage mini, it's going to be a long fight, and just don't get hit in the face. I healed up to 93%. My goal here is to finish 94 if I can. If I have to parry, so be it. Not a big deal. The guidance boost will probably push it back, so it might throw me off a little bit, but it's not a big deal. I did do a duel before these 3 fights against Storm X, so I know this is going to be my longest fight of the 3 Quake fights this war, and I figured I need to get this fight down correctly, because the mini-boss will hit harder than that Sentinel. If I screw up, I could die in a full combo. A full combo, and I don't feel like doing that. Not sure why they play Storm X in this node, really, because, I mean, Archangel can destroy this node pretty easily, especially with Storm X here. I mean, there should probably be someone who has buffs that can't be nullified, because if you nullify a buff on this node, I believe the defender gets 30% bar power, or something similar to that. Like Hulkbuster, I think is pretty good on this node. But anyone who, again, just has buffs and just cannot be doomed. I think Aarkus used to be really good on this node. But, I mean, Doom can just tank those specials pretty easily, especially if you have a rank 3 6-star Doom. And Aarkus is only a rank 3. So Aarkus is only a medium defender, I believe, not large. But this fight's going pretty well. I'm at 93%. I stopped healing, so there's no way of getting to 94. Boohoo, cry me a river. Anyways, everyone else in my alliance is doing pretty well, except for this is the one war that my battle group did not do well. We normally have at most 1 death. We've had 2 wars with 0 deaths so far, and the rest have been 1 death. This war here, we finished with 3 deaths in our battle group. 3 deaths. So yes, we can be forgiven because we usually have 1 or 0 deaths, but we weren't very happy with our performance at all. I still think everyone did a great job though, so I'm proud of everyone in our battle group. Just wish that it would have ended differently. And because we were so behind, we just already knew our fate in this war. And it didn't really affect me for my competitions or anything, but it would have been nice to have a win, you know? We ended up losing this war. I had 2 potions, only 4 fights, which I'm grateful I didn't have that many fights, so thank you to the officers who assigned the fights this war. Because, again, if I had more fights and I was holding anyone up, I would have been pretty sad, because there's no way I would jump out of the competition, which takes a while, to do some fights. But luckily I had some off time in my hotel room. So yeah, it gives us 3 wins, 1 tie, 1 loss. No Warlock fights this war, but we did have a Red Hawk, and Quake fights just bring out still Warlock at the top. Quake, the second top attacker, have been used, and because of this loss, it pushed us to 12th place overall in Masters. So as long as we can keep winning a few more wars, we're pretty much locked into Masters. I'm pretty sure we're doing better. SAS is doing better this season than last season, though there was a tie, and they had like 3 ties last season. So we're doing our best. This season, I know a lot of alliances are just not very motivated because nothing changed, and it wasn't as fun last season. So what's going to be the fun this season? Hopefully next season is better. But anyways, thanks for coming to this Alliance War video. This is Coop signing off. Happy gaming.